What is up, y'all? This your boy, Janard, me and T-Money up here at Castle Gwen. You know, the Tennessee Renaissance Festival, which Mike and Jackie Freeman have given us for so many years. We're here at the castle to get the inside scoop about all this production going on and this construction and the Great Hall that is being built here at the ever-growing Castle Gwen, the White Castle. Stay tuned, check it out. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to this Janard special. And guess who I'm with? You guessed it, my amazing friend and inspiration, Mr. Mike Freeman. How you doing, Mike?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, many of you probably remember this familiar face from whenever you've come to the Tennessee Renaissance Fest or Castle Gwen, the amazing castle that we get to see every May. And Mike and Jackie happen to be friends of mine. I remember a while ago, I wasn't one of the people that was able to see the castle before the changes with 840, but I was always told about how cool it was. I didn't make that dream happen until I just graduated college in 04-ish. And I came up here and I would come with my TV show, Janard, and get press passes and film the festival every year. And then from there, we just cultivated a friendship and relationship. And I believe this will be the third interview that we've been able to do here at the castle. And every time we come, Mike, y'all got something new. Tell us about your journey with the castle, with the fest.
Well, the festival has changed since the last time you were here. We've worked in agreement with Williamson County Park and Recreation. They've were nice enough to take over the running of the festival.
Okay.
And how that happened was I sold the land to the county, 70 acres on the other side, and we gave the festival to the county.
Amazing.
So that they've got the personnel, the people to run it. We've been doing it for 37 years.
Yes.
And
a job well done.
Well, thank you. But getting to the age that finding workers and finding people and all the things that went along with it were becoming getting harder and harder every year.
I can only imagine.
So this way they've got the staff. They've got 100-something people that work with Park and Recreation. So they've got a full number of people that they need to run it.
Definitely.
So we're still involved in it. We're advisors for 5 years, for the next 10 years, basically.
Okay.
And so we still have a hand in it. And one of the things that we do is everybody that goes to the festival can jump on a school bus right across the street, see the castle, and you'll see me there. As always, I mean, if I came to your house, you meet me at the front door.
Definitely.
So everybody that comes to the castle, I do the same thing and tell them a little bit about how we got started and how it's possible to do anything you want to, if you want to, bad enough.
There you go. There you go, Mike. And I think that's amazing because when you first told me that you guys were turning the fest over to the county, I was like, okay, so what kind of, the first year coming after being told that, it's like, okay, what's going to be like? What's going to be the same? What's going to be different? But one thing that was awesome, which I appreciated, of course, is seeing you and Jackie here on campus like old times. But then I was able to see them with their resources do some things to take what you guys had given and yet add some more value and change up some things and try to take what was already great and just take it to another level. So I appreciated the experience. It still, to me, felt like the Renaissance Fest, but then it's like they looked for areas that they could even enhance and streamline the flow of it.
Right.
And I think everybody came out a winner. Now that was quite generous and selfless of you guys to give it to the county. What brought about that decision?
The fact that when you get into your 70s, suddenly friends start passing away. And so I decided that to keep the festival going. I mean, we had a 37-year record of success, and but I mean, there were some good and bad years too in there. I mean, there was one year it rained 17 weekends in a row.
I remember that year.
Yeah, every outdoor event that year got washed out.
I remember that year.
I remember what the running joke was. What comes after 2 days of rain? And the answer was Monday. Every Monday was blue sky, sunshine. So
I remember that year because I usually would I'll either get some press passes or the free first weekend gift passes. I'm like, guys, can these be transferable to another weekend? Because it just kept raining. It kept raining.
Right.
But not to cut you off, Mike.
No. But that was just luckily the people in the Parks and Recreation are just Gordon Hampton is the head of it, and he is just an amazing person. And we talked about this, and we were working on it, and just about had it ready to go, and then the pandemic came in. So that it was like a 5-year process to get it turned over to the county, and with all the things that go along with that. But it was a great partnership, and they really got some great people over there working on it, and the site is looking better and better every year.
Amazing. And, we're here in, as I said, Castile Gwynn, the White Castle.
Right.
So, Mike, I've seen this castle transform so much. Talk to us a little bit, just to bring, for those who don't know, up to speed on how you went about building a castle and having a castle that is a continuous project, and what we are currently working on within Castle Gwynn.
Well, the story of my life that my dad used to tell was when I was about 5 years old. He was in World War II, combat engineer, built bridges across the Rhine River and the Our River. Combat engineer a combat troop gets up to a river, they stop, they pull back, combat engineer comes in, builds a bridge across the river, at the same time being shot at. So it's kind of a dangerous job, to say the least.
Yeah.
But he brought back some postcards from a bombed out gift shop on the Rhine River. And those postcards came out like on an accordion type of thing, I put them together. There were castles on the Rhine. Well, on Sunday afternoons, I'd look at those pictures, pull the box out and look at those old photographs. He said, someday, when I'm about 5 years old, I looked at him and said, someday when I get big, I'm going to live in a castle. And it came true. I live in a castle, and I got big. Then came along high school, and there was a movie with Charlton Heston called The Warlord. Well, the whole movie revolved around one tower. I thought, well, an entire castle complex would be impossible at one tower, and that's possible. So I spent 10 years looking at every kind of silo they make in the United States. Finally gave up on that idea, but in the process, I learned a lot about architecture and construction. Started hearing the same answer over and over. I figured that was the way to do it. So I started out with the first tower, concrete block, and we used what they call truss joists, wooden I-beams that go across for the flooring. So I had 30-foot diameter and built it up that way. Then got to the top, and builders that were working with me pulled off, and for reasons I wanted to go into, but nothing I did. But anyway, Mr. Kenneth Kennedy came out, and I'd met his daughter back in high school, and I asked him then if he'd help me do the fancy work on the castle. And he said, yeah, sure, if you stop dating my daughter. So I did, and he did, but that was, but now we're still best of friends. But he had spent an entire year on the road 360 days on the road, and figured out what he made and what all the taxes he had to pay. I said I could have worked 3 months and made that much money because all went to taxes. So he came out and his sons did their apprenticeship here, and and they came up and they took over the construction, and we spent in the kitchen. You've been to it.
Mm-hmm.
Started off with 8 brick arches.
Yeah, that's where we did our first 2 interviews here in the kitchen.
Right. Started off with 8 brick arches. When we got through, we had 60 brick arches, 14,000 bricks. Wow. It cost us $1,400, 10 cents a brick, 2 years a weekend, 4 weddings. The old barter system still works.
Okay.
We had 4 sons.
Okay.
So
because the kitchens are an immaculate work.
Right. It's just everything we dreamed up, we figured out a way to do, and just we were able to do that. Then the boys had to do one better, and this room here has got even more arches.
and tell us the name of this room.
This is a great hall. Great room.
The great room. Uh-huh.
And
I love it.
It's got a 28-foot brick vaulted ceiling.
Wow.
And
there's no one that's too tall to live in this room.
That's for sure.
On Earth today.
So, but they had to do one better when they did this room, and
it's beautiful.
It's just in brickwork. I mean, it's as fancy a brickwork you'll find anywhere this side of the Middle Ages.
Definitely. So, how long has the Great Room been here?
We've been. Let's see. We started this room second time about in 80. We got married. Started the festival in 86. 88 we had this part of it roughed in, and so it took several years. And just I had this one problem. I just keep running out of money. I don't know why. I know why.
I think a few other people have had that problem, but
it just I've been really fortunate to have some really, really talented people sharing the dream, make it all happen. I haven't done it all by myself by any stretch of the imagination.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, but I pride myself on learning from other people's mistakes.
Okay.
I figure if I can learn from somebody else's mistake, I'm that much ahead.
There you go.
And because the mistakes I make, nobody's ever dreamed of. Build a castle and have an interstate go through your front yard. What are the odds?
Exactly. Like, how many people can say that happened to them? How many people can say they built a castle, number one, and how many people have been told by the interstate, we're going through your yard?
And you know what the really crazy part is? When I was a kid growing up in Nashville, 440 went through our neighborhood. Didn't get our house. You got the next door neighbor's house and the 3 streets behind us.
Oh, wow.
So all the kids I played with, they moved their houses out and destroyed the neighborhood.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's just like, what's the odds of that happening to you twice in a lifetime?
I'll tell you what, you're one special person.
I don't know about special, but it's just, life throws you some curves sometimes, but, never give up.
It does. And I was talking with my director, Tyler, earlier about this. I remember, Mike, when you and Jackie surprised me and had me come up to the photography studio back in the day, and it was after years of coming and doing the television taping at the festival. Y'all surprised me with the Friend of the Renaissance Festival award, the Friends of the Renaissance Festival award. I still have it sitting on my mantle today.
All right.
I need to get a new frame because the frame is kind of, but like, it really means so much just to be able to learn what it means to persevere, to hear from you all that you guys have gone through, but you kept going, and yet you're still going. And now, as we were coming in, we were able to see some progress on the Great Hall.
Right. We're getting it wrapped up now. We're getting, the company came in and they're doing all the plumbing and electrical and everything, air conditioning. And so it's getting that part of it done. We had the shell broke ground on it in 2017.
Okay.
And we got the outside walls up. It all went together kind of like Legos. It was all pre-stressed concrete, all went together just piece by piece. I never played with Legos when I was a kid. I waited till I was 65.
Then that, you know what I'm saying, is never too late, because there's something that can be learned and pieced together with Legos.
Right. That's Jackie going up on the elevator.
Hey, we're construction as we speak. That's all right. Progress is being made.
Right, but but I've been real fortunate. The design work and everything else is coming together, and hopefully in the next year or so we'll be able to do an event center here and a museum.
Definitely.
What I want to do is leave the legacy, to have the artifacts that I've collected through the years, and be a place so kids can come to and see real medieval sword. You pick the sword up, the one in the container, and so that kids can see what a real sword feels like. And no museum in the world that I know of has that.
Definitely. Yeah, me and Tyler talking about whenever y'all have like a masquerade ball or something in the Great Hall, we want to come.
Yeah. You'll be welcome.
Thank you so much, Mike. Well, at this point in your tenure, after you get your Great Hall going and the event center, what's next for the Freemans?
Just enjoy it so they can enjoy it.
All righty.
We have our children, which are four-legged.
Okay.
They're Scottish deerhounds.
Fur babies. That's
Fur
the call
baby,
sometimes.
yeah.